Welcome to All That Matters online. I'm Elsie. I teach here at All That Matters. And the practice that I would like to share with you today focuses on yoga for hands and feet, but it is a holistic practice. We'll touch every part of the physiology, and we'll practice some breathing techniques and a meditation technique. So let's jump right in with a series of standing poses. We want to begin to get in attunement with the body. We want to begin to turn awareness inwardly. If we're not turning awareness inwardly, it's not yoga. Finding perfect yogic alignment, we bring feet about, hips width apart and parallel. Feeling balanced front to back and side to side. Try to take that seriously, balanced front to back and side to side. Try to notice the tips of the toes, and then try to notice the back of the heels, feeling balanced front to back, and notice the inner sides of the feet, and then try to notice the outer edges of the feet, and feel balanced side to side. Try to feel crown of the head and feet in alignment. We're moving from a state of thinking to a state of feeling. Feeling shoulders are rolled back a little bit. Feeling ears stacked on top of the shoulders and shoulders stacked on top of the hips. Noticing when you're breathing in and when you're breathing out. It's very subtle, yet try to feel an in-breath lifting the lower abdomen. Maintaining that uplift. We call that Mula Bandha in yoga. Maintaining that uplift. Please wait for an in-breath to begin to take arms out to the side and up overhead, palms together, thumbs crossing. Try to feel there's a little strength in the in-breath, helping to lift the ribs away from the hips. Maintaining that uplift. Exhalation takes arms out, way out to the side. Try to take as much space as you can, allowing arms and hands to float down. Again, it's an in-breath that initiates the posture flow, taking arms out to the side and up overhead. This time, arms up parallel. Noticing the thumbs. Try to feel in-breath, encouraging the thumbs to press skyward. With an exhalation, arms extend out to the side. Moving with awareness, moving with control, allowing arms and hands to float down. Now the next in-breath brings only the right arm out to the side. Try to feel you're stabling the core of the body. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, it's only the right arm that extends out to the right. Breathing comfortably, noticing any sensations. When you're ready, we start this gentle movement of turning the right thumb skywards, then gently rotating the right arm, thumb pointing downwards. Noticing how that feels. We're stimulating the shoulder joint, bringing a little more space into the shoulder joint. And the next time you feel that the right arm and hand is extending with palm facing downwards, inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, it's a coordinated movement. As the right arm floats down, you see the left ear is drawn toward the left shoulder. Breathing comfortably. Once the right arm has arrived alongside of the body, noticing the right hand, try to feel it's one finger at a time, gently pressing downwards. And try to notice how that feels. Try to notice the distinction that each finger makes on the musculature of the neck as we access a little bit more opening in the musculature on the right side of the neck. When you feel complete, it's an in-breath that gently guides the body back to center. Try to feel where center is, balanced front to back and side to side. The next in-breath guides your left arm up to shoulder height. Try to maintain the feeling of keeping the core of the body steady, yet in-breath encourages the left arm to extend out to the left, breathing comfortably. From here, we begin this gentle rotation in both directions. So thumb points skywards, thumb points downwards, breathing comfortably. And then the next time you feel your left arm coming into neutral, palm facing downwards, inhaling deeply. Exhalation, easing the left arm down as the right ear is drawn toward the right shoulder. Once the left arm has arrived alongside of the body, one finger at a time, gently, gently presses downwards, noticing how that feels. Being with the body, try to feel there's wisdom in the body. Bringing a little more opening, a little more access into the musculature of the neck on the left. And then with an in-breath, allow the body to come back to center. Preparing for our first forward bend. In-breath takes arms out to the side and up overhead, palms together, thumbs crossing. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, arms extend out to the side. Heart center sort of presses forward and downwards. You might like coming down to what feels like halfway to you, feeling the thigh bones pressing back a little, ribs pressing away from the hips, making little adjustments with the chin so neck is in alignment with the spine. You could see if legs can be flexible here, and maybe you can fold forward a little bit more. Arms floating down and hands looking for opposite elbows. Again, making little adjustments with the chin, keeping neck in alignment with the spine. In-breath brings a little strength into the hands. Gently, in a way, suggesting that the elbows press downwards. Breathing comfortably, and in-breath releases the hands, and hands interlace behind the legs. Please wait for an exhalation to almost glide the forearms downwards a little bit, opening the musculature of the lower back, opening the musculature of the shoulders a little bit more. Now from here, as we release the hands, we take the feet out to the side just a little, inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, see if hips can press back a little. Knees begin to bend deeply, coming down like this any amount, breathing comfortably. Hands can be drawn to the heart center, breathing deeply into the abdomen. Now with an in-breath, hands press forward, hips come up, and we very, very gently allow the body to come all the way back up to standing. As arms reach skywards, you see the left hand takes hold by the right wrist. In breath, lengthening the right side of the body. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, we sway a little bit to your left, noticing how that feels, opening the right side of the body. For most feel in breath expanding the right lung. In breath guides the body back to center, right hand taking hold of the left wrist, and we ease toward the right, keeping the breath flowing and feeling the body responding to the posture flow. With an in-breath, we guide the body back to center, inhaling deeply. Exhalation, taking arms way out to the side. Moving with awareness. moving with control. Allowing arms to float down and guiding the hands to the hips. You might want to draw the feet just a tiny bit closer together so feet are hips width apart and parallel. Paying full attention to the feet. We lift the right heel, pressing into the toes and toe mounds. Right heel comes down and left heel comes up, pressing into the toes and toe mounds. And we continue like this, alternating one foot and then the other. Try to feel really, really involved in this movement, feeling the mechanics of the posture flow, strengthening every muscle, every joint in the feet, strengthening the ankles, and even strengthening the musculature surrounding the knees. And the next time you feel that both feet are pressing into the floor, this is the hard part. We wait for an in-breath and feel both heels coming up from the floor. Inhaling deeply, keeping heels up, legs begin to bend. We press the heels into the floor and allow the body to come up. I'm going to do that 2 more times. In breath, heels coming up, allowing legs to bend, pressing heels into the floor, and allow the body to come up. Last round. In breath, heels coming up, allowing legs to bend, heels press down, and allow the body to come up. Arms float down alongside of the body. Right foot takes a step back. Try not to feel the feet are one right behind the other. Try to feel feet are on tracks. And then, if you comfortably can, let's reverse the position of the right foot. So you're pressing into the top of the foot. That stretches the musculature of the right foot a little bit more. Noticing how that feels. When you're ready, we bring the foot back onto the toes and toe mounds. In breath, taking arms up overhead. And with an exhalation, as arms extend out to the side, you see both legs begin to bend, coming down any amount. In breath, coming up. Exhalation, floating down. In breath, coming up. Exhalation, floating down. This time, in breath, coming up, breathing comfortably as arms extend out to the side. See if maybe right foot is willing to come up, balancing, keeping the breath flowing. See if you can sort of ease the right foot behind the left. Inhaling deeply, exhalation bending the left leg a little. In breath, coming up, flying crane pose, keeping the breath flowing. When you're ready, right foot finds its place alongside of the left, and arms float down alongside of the body. Breathing comfortably, noticing how the right side of the body feels. From here, we practice on the other side. So left foot takes a little step back. Feet are on tracks. And you could see if you can reverse the position of the left foot, pressing into the top of the foot. Just noticing, feeling the yoga pose working. And then we get onto the toes and toe rounds. In breath, taking arms out to the side and up overhead. Inhaling deeply. Exhalation, arms out to the side. Both legs begin to bend, coming down any amount. In breath, coming up. Exhalation, floating down. In breath, coming up. Exhalation, floating down. This time in breath, coming up. With an exhalation, see if you can fold forward just a little and invite the left leg to come up, breathing comfortably. Now the next in breath eases the left foot behind the right, inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, right leg begins to bend, flying crane pose, balancing, strengthening, being with the body, practicing, being with awareness, feeling the body coming up, exhalation, bringing the left foot alongside of the right, and arms float down alongside of the body. Bringing full attention to the left side of the body. Imagine in breath beginning at the left foot, flowing upwards toward the crown of the head, crossing over, exhaling down the right side of the body. In breath beginning at the left foot, flowing upwards toward the crown of the head and crossing over, exhaling down the right side of the body. Experiencing cycle breathing. Experiencing being with the body. Being with the breath. Practicing. Being with awareness. Now the next time you feel you're at the peak of an in-breath, allow the breath to normalize. And when you're ready, we'll ease toward a centering technique. We'll be practicing Samvahan, so it's a little bit of a meditation in movement. Coming down any way that's comfortable for you. If it happens to happen you like yoga style, we cross the right leg over the left, allowing legs to bend, easing the body into a comfortable way of sitting. A lot of people like to sit up a little bit on a blanket or pillow that lifts the spine a little. It makes sitting for a fairly long period of time more comfortable, making any movements, any adjustments at any time. You're at home, you could throw yourself on the couch and do this. Try to feel crown of the head and tailbone in alignment. And when you're ready, both hands come to the crown of the head. Try to feel you're bringing strength into the hands. Try to use the entire hand, and we begin to press and release. Pressing and releasing. Working our way down the front of the face. Try to feel fully involved in this technique, noticing every stroke, noticing the hands working down the front of the face, bringing a little more attention to the eyes. Tension tends to hide out behind the eyes. This technique can soften that a little bit. And finding our way to the heart center. In yoga, the heart center is referred to as the fourth chakra, major energy center in the body. From here, hands come back to the crown of the head, using the entire hand, pressing and releasing. Noticing these strokes, internalizing attention. Working our way to the back of the head, bringing attention to the base of the skull, especially that sort of center at the base of the skull where there's a little indentation. It's called the area of the medulla oblongata, very important in yoga. Pressing and releasing, paying attention to the back of the neck, and working our way toward the heart center. We come back here a lot. From here, using your right hand, we begin to bring attention to the left hand, stretching each finger out a little bit, bringing a little more space into every joint. With 4 fingers on top and thumb on the bottom, pressing and releasing, working our way up the arm, noticing every stroke, bringing attention to the shoulder, and finding our way to the heart center. Breathing comfortably here. Imagine breathing into the heart center. When you're ready, right arm extends out in front and the left hand comes over to stretch each finger out a little bit. Breathing comfortably, staying involved with the practice. Again and again and again, coming back to the yoga practice. 4 fingers on top and thumb on the bottom, pressing and releasing. Working our way up the arm. Bringing attention to the shoulder and finding our way to the heart center. Coming back to the right arm and hand, this time 4 fingers on the bottom, thumb on the top, pressing and releasing. Working our way up the arm, bringing attention to the shoulder and finding our way to the heart center. From here, hands are drawn to the abdomen and we begin to press and release, pressing and releasing, working our way to the heart center. Hands find their way to the lower back, pressing and releasing. Try to use the entire hand, working our way up the spine, coming up as high as you can, and then finding our way to the heart center. Bringing full attention to the left foot. We begin to separate the toes. Feet are very important in yoga, foundation of all of the standing poses. Thousands of nerve endings in the feet, so this technique kind of soothes the entire nervous system. You might want to take 4 fingers of the right hand and sort of work them into the spaces between the toes and allow the toes to, in a way, experience a forward bend and experience a back bend. Waking up the feet yet a little bit more. When you're ready, pressing and releasing, bringing attention to the ankles in a circular movement, working our way up the left leg and finding our way to the heart center. Going over to the other side, separating the toes. I like to stretch each toe out a little bit. See if you can bring the 4 fingers of the left hand between the toes And allow the toes to experience a forward bend and a back bend. And then pressing and releasing, bringing attention to the ankles in a circular kind of movement, and finding our way up the right leg and to the heart center. From here, both arms extend straight out in front, palms facing downwards, flexing the hands as much as you can, breathing comfortably, keeping the breath flowing. We tuck the thumbs under and gently squeeze. Then we open the hands a whole lot more. 4 fingers come down first, and we cover the 4 fingers with the thumbs. So we alternate like that, breathing comfortably, increasing circulation into every finger, every joint. When you're ready, we stop the movement, shaking out the hands a little bit and extending both legs straight out in front, breathing comfortably. And here we begin to flex one foot back at a time, so alternating like that, flexing one foot and then straightening, noticing how that feels. When you're ready, we stop the movement. Right foot eases toward the body, allowing the sole of the foot to be comfortably flat on the floor, and holding the right leg with both arms and hands. See if the left leg is willing to come up, and we begin an ankle rotation, going in the same direction, We stop the movement and go in the other direction. Stopping the movement, allow the left foot to point way over toward the right, and then ease way over toward the left. Just a couple of rounds like that, breathing comfortably. We stop the movement, allowing the left leg to extend out in front, and turning the right leg inwardly, allowing the right knee to relax downwards any amount. Hands are alongside of the left leg. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, we begin to fold forward. We want to experience the heart center pressing forward and gently down any amount. Breathing comfortably. No forcing or straining, being with the body. Practicing being with awareness. We wait for an in-breath to gently guide the body back to center. Experiencing that on the other side. Right leg extends straight out in front, allowing the left leg to bend. Hands can take hold anywhere along the left leg, and we invite the right leg to come up. We begin with an ankle rotation, going in the same direction, and we stop the movement and go in the other direction, noticing how that feels. We stop the movement and invite the right foot to point out to the right, breathing comfortably, coming back towards center, turning the right foot toward the left, bringing the right foot back to center, easing the right leg down, dropping the left knee toward the floor, turning the left leg inwardly, hands alongside of the right leg, inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, Try to feel the heart center pressing forward and down. Breathing comfortably, arms can extend out in front, taking a hold anywhere along the right leg or the right foot, making little adjustments with the chin so that is in alignment with the spine. We wait for an in breath to invite the body to come back to center. Turning the right leg inwardly, inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, we glide to the left, sort of tipping onto the left side, onto the left elbow, forearm, and palm of the hand. In breath, taking right arm out to the right and skywards. With an exhalation, upper arm is drawn toward the ear. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, it's right elbow toward the right knee. In breath, extending as the right knee relaxes downwards. Exhalation, elbow toward the knee. In breath, extending. Just another round like that, being with the body, being with the breath, practicing being with awareness. When you're ready, we press the left hand into the floor, guiding the body back to center, and we switch the cross of the feet. So the left foot is out in front, inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, we glide a little to the right, sort of tipping onto the right side, supported by the right elbow, forearm, and hand. In breath, easing left arm out to the left and skywards. It's a reach. Exhalation, guiding the upper arm toward the ear. Inhaling deeply with an exhalation, elbow toward the knee toward the elbow. In breath, extending, breathing comfortably. Exhalation, elbow toward the knee. In breath, extending. Last round, being with the body, keeping the breath flowing, practicing being with awareness. Press the right arm into the floor, guiding the body back to center. Easing into table pose just briefly so that you can get onto the knees. See if you can cross the right foot over the left and come up like this to a kneeling pose. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, hips sort of press back and toward the heels. This could be your pose. It could be that the hips come down a little bit more. A lot of people like to bring a pillow or a blanket on top of the calves so that when you come down, you don't have to come all the way down. You can meet the blanket or the pillow. Breathing comfortably, keeping the breath flowing. This is so strengthening. Vajrasana. Now the next time you feel the hips drawn toward the heels, inhaling deeply, with an exhalation, we begin to fold forward. Any amount. Arms extending out beyond the head, guiding the forehead toward the floor. Breathing comfortably. In breath drawn deeply into the abdomen. Exhalation almost softening the front of the body. Now it's an in-breath that eases the body into table pose. We just stay here briefly. Knees begin to walk back, arms begin to bend, and we find our way fully lengthened, face down on the yoga mat. Crown of the head and feet in really nice alignment.
Hands are under the shoulders so the elbows lift away from the floor a little and press toward the hips. We're moving into a really sweet variation of Cobra pose. So try to feel that the side of the big toes is pressing together, both sides pressing together very firmly. Try to maintain that feeling throughout. And with an in-breath, hands are there so lightly. See if you can lift the head and heart center. Breathing comfortably, keeping the breath flowing, maybe 3 or 4 breath cycles here, strengthening the side of the big toes, pressing together, strengthening the lower back. With an exhalation, we guide the forehead to the floor. And you see arms extend beyond the head. Plenty of options for the head. You might want to bring the chin to the floor. The head could rest on one ear or the other. Keep the forehead to the floor, finding what's comfortable for you. Full attention goes to the left side of the body. Try to feel both sides of the pelvis pressing into the floor. With an in-breath, left leg comes up any amount. Breathing comfortably. Once you've established that, try to feel you're pressing the left foot toward the wall. Extension is much more important than height. We're strengthening the hips, strengthening the lower back, strengthening the full length of the spine. Breathing comfortably. Exhalation. Left leg floats down. The head finds a comfortable place to rest. Full attention is yet on the left side of the body, almost breathing into the left side of the body. Establishing a comfortable place for the head with an in-breath. Again, it's the left leg coming up. Any amount. Breathing comfortably. Once you've established that, see if you can experience a little more extension, a little more opening. Breathing comfortably. Feeling the yoga pose working. With an exhalation, left leg floats down. Exhalation invites the bones to relax more deeply. Full attention is with the left side of the body. Almost breathing into the left side of the body. Try to feel an in-breath, taking your attention to the right side of the body. Head finds a comfortable way of being. And with an in-breath, right leg comes up. Any amount, keeping the pelvis level. Once you've found where you'd like the right leg to be, try to feel you're pressing the right leg toward the wall. Breathing comfortably, keeping the breath flowing. With an exhalation, right leg floats down. We experience a transitional breath cycle here. Pauses are very important in yoga, allowing the body to assimilate the benefits of the posture flow. Feeling the body responding to the yoga practice. With full attention on the right side of the body. In-breath invites the right leg to come up. Any amount. And once you've established that, try to feel right leg extending, pressing a little bit more. With an exhalation, right leg floats down. We ease arms down alongside of the body. And with an in-breath, we begin to transition the body onto the back, allowing both legs to bend. feeling ankles directly under the knees. Stretching each arm out along the floor a little bit. Lifting the right foot from the floor, placing the right ankle on top of the left thigh bone. Try to feel the right knee pressing away from the body a little bit. Ease into a one-legged bridge. So with an in-breath, feel the hips coming up. Breathing comfortably, try to feel left foot is so strong and steady in the pose. Keeping the breath flowing, slow, deep breathing. Noticing the upper back. With an exhalation, it's almost one vertebra at a time that begins to press into the floor. Moving so mindfully. Once the lower back and hips have arrived, we rotate arms and hands, palms facing upwards if they're not already. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, feel the left foot turning onto the side of the little toe as we allow both legs to fall toward the left. Sometimes left hand likes to come up and encourage the right foot to press toward the floor. Breathing comfortably, keeping the breath flowing. Opening the musculature of the right hip a little bit more. It's an in-breath that guides the left foot comfortably flat on the floor, bringing the body back to center. The next in-breath lifts the left foot. Some people like hands to come up to take hold of the edges of the left thigh, or taking hold of leggings or pants, or interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh or over the left shin bone. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, try to feel you're suggesting that the left leg press toward the body a little bit more. Breathing comfortably, keeping the breath flowing, feeling the yoga pose working, strengthening. In-breath releases the hands so the left foot finds its way back to center. In-breath, taking right leg skywards, hands come up, taking a hold anywhere along the right leg. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, we gently give the right leg a little assist in pressing toward the body. Any amount. Breathing comfortably. Try to keep the right leg as straightened as you comfortably can. In-breath releases, arms down alongside of the body. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation and a sense of lengthening through the right leg. Right leg floats down to about the level of the left knee. Try to feel abdomen pressing back toward the spine a little. You'll get more core strengthening like that. And with an exhalation, right leg floats down. Breathing comfortably. Once the right leg has arrived, the left leg finds its way alongside of the right. Full attention, though, on the right side of the body. And imagine in-breath. Beginning at the right foot, the right hand, the right nostril. Filling the right side of the body with the breath. And softening with the exhalation. Just a couple of breath cycles like that. Being with the body, being with awareness. See if an in-breath can take your attention to the left side of the body. Heels glide along the yoga mat until ankles are directly under the knees. Left foot comes up, and we place the left ankle on top of the right thigh bone. With an in-breath, pressing the right foot into the floor, encouraging the hips to come up. Try to feel truly supported by the right foot, both shoulder blades, both shoulders, keeping the breath flowing. Try to keep the pelvis level. Noticing the upper back with an exhalation. It's almost one vertebra at a time, pressing into the floor. When you feel the lower back and hips have arrived, inhaling deeply, exhalation, like begin to fall toward the right. You might like the right hand to give the left foot a little assist in being drawn toward the floor on the right. Breathing comfortably into this spinal rotation. Strengthening the hips, strengthening the lower back. And breath is drawn deeply into the abdomen. Exhalation brings a wave of softness into the body. With an in-breath, we enliven the right foot, gently guiding the right foot comfortably flat on the floor, bringing the body back to center. As we release the right foot up, try to feel you're bringing this entire unit toward the body. You might like the hands to come in and take hold of the edges of the right thigh, or interlace the fingers behind the thigh or over the right shin bone. The idea is to very gently, we're very gentle with the body these days. No struggle. Effortlessly. Encouraging this unit to press toward the body. We release the hands, guiding the right foot to the floor, sending the left leg skyward, straightening the left leg as much as you comfortably can. Hands take hold of anywhere along the left leg. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, we just see if the left leg is willing to be drawn toward the body a little bit more, keeping the breath flowing. In breath releasing, arms down alongside of the body. Exhalation, and a sense of lengthening through the left leg, guiding the left leg down to about the level of the right knee. Breathing comfortably. Try to engage the core muscles of the body. Exhalation, easing the left leg down. Once the left leg has arrived, right leg floats down alongside of the left. Noticing the left side of the body, imagine in breath beginning at the left foot, the left hand, the left nostril. Feeling the left side of the body with the breath. And softening with the exhalation. Try to feel crown of the head and feet in alignment. Gliding the heels toward the body, ankles directly under the knees. And in breath, invites both arms to come up, bringing the palms of the hands together. Try to hold the intention of keeping the palms of the hands together throughout, keeping the arms fully lengthened. So it's not going to be a big movement, but try to feel arms going to one side, back to center, over toward the other side. Maintaining that feeling of resistance, pressing. And then we add one thing. As arms and hands press toward the left, legs fall a bit toward the right. Everything back to center and over to the other side. So arms and legs are going in both directions. Try to keep arms lengthened. Keep palms of the hands pressing close together. We began going to the left. Next time, arms go to the right. Bring the body back to center. As we release the hands, you see hands look for opposite elbows. Try to feel the forearms at about eye level. Inhaling deeply with an exhalation as arms press toward the left, legs fall toward the right. Coming back to center. Arms pressing, bringing the left arm along as the right arm presses toward the right and legs fall toward the left. Coming back to center, just one more round. Breathing comfortably, being with the body, practicing, being with awareness. Coming back to center, in breath takes arms back beyond the head. Both legs become fully lengthened. Chin is drawn toward the throat. When you're ready, see if legs are willing to come up a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a bit. Practicing here. If it's appropriate for you, you could see if the head and upper back can come up a little bit, keeping the upper arms drawn toward the ear. It's sort of a soft C shape, almost a banana shape, breathing comfortably. With an exhalation, if you have upper back and head lifted a little bit, that comes down, arms float down, and both legs float down. Left leg glides out a little bit to the left, and the right leg gently follows. Try to feel the left hand looking for the right wrist, and in a way taking the upper body toward the left a little bit. So we have that soft C shape here, strengthening, opening a little bit more. And with an in-breath, first it's the upper body that comes back to center, and then the legs come back to center. Breathing comfortably here. When you're ready, right foot takes a little glide out to the right, and the left leg gently follows. Right hand looks for the left wrist and sort of brings the left arm over toward the right a bit. It's opening the left side of the body a little bit more, accessing the musculature of the left side of the body a little bit more, opening a little bit more. When you feel ready, it's the upper body that comes back to center. Left leg leads and the right leg follows, bringing the body back to center. With an in-breath, try to feel arms coming up. Try to feel you're giving the bones and the arms and hands the responsibility of coming up and finding their way all the way back down alongside of the body. Palms facing upwards, crown of the head and feet in alignment. See if you can notice both feet, both at the same time. And imagine in breath, beginning at both feet, both hands, both nostrils. Filling the entire body with the breath. It's a very important breathing technique. Imagine in breath beginning at both feet, both hands, both nostrils. Filling the entire body with the breath and softening with the exhalation. Easing into Yoga Nidra and Savasana. If you need to grab something to bring more comfort into the body, please feel free to do that. A lot of people like to bring a blanket on top, a blanket under the hips, anything, blanket under the shoulders. Feeling completely supported by the floor, almost in a way, feeling the floor coming up to support you. Feeling supported by the earth. In a way, feeling held. Noticing both feet. Inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, try to curl the toes under and experience a sense of squeezing. Try to feel you're tightening the calves and even the thighs. It's subtle, but with an exhalation, we gently soften. Imagine bringing the exhalation to the musculature in the feet and legs. Exhalation almost softening the attachment of the muscles to the bones in the feet and legs. Noticing when you're breathing in and when you're breathing out. Guiding the right hand to the lower abdomen. Imagine breathing into this place, expanding the abdomen with the in-breath. Softening with the exhalation. Just a couple of breath cycles like that. Just noticing. When you're ready, we guide the left hand to the upper abdomen. It's just above the navel a little bit. And imagine breathing here. Expanding with the in-breath. Softening with the exhalation. In-breath guides the right hand to the heart center, fourth chakra. Expanding here with the in-breath. Softening with the exhalation. This can be on the level of the imagination. Just noticing. Expanding with the in-breath. Softening with the exhalation. In-breath brings the left hand to the throat, area of the fifth chakra. Imagine in-breath expanding the front, back, and sides of the throat. Softening with the exhalation. Just a breath cycle or two like that. And always feeling the wisdom of the body. Being with the body, practicing. Being with awareness. Allowing the breath to be that link between mind and body. It's an in-breath that guides the right hand to the forehead. And imagine bringing the in-breath up toward the crown of the head. Exhalation. Almost relaxing the brain downwards. Just a breath cycle or two like that. And when you're ready, both arms find their way alongside of the body, palms facing upwards, becoming gently aware of the breath, noticing the breath, and yet not controlling it in any way, just noticing. It's that element of noticing that gently internalizes attention. What we're creating in Yoga Nidra and Savasana is a little bit of an moment, a moment of ease, a moment of non-struggle, a moment of letting burdens go from this day, from this week, from this year, from 5 years. Just noticing the breath. Allowing the bones to relax downwards a little bit more deeply. Almost bringing a little more space into every joint. When you're practicing on your own, you can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, try to feel you can gently begin to lengthen the in-breath, yet allow the exhalation to be longer than the inhalation. For example, maybe inhaling to a count of 4, exhaling to a count of 6 or 8. You'll find your own rhythm. Inhaling deeply, allowing the exhalation to be longer than the inhalation. Inhaling deeply. Imagine exhalation softening the front of the body. Inhaling deeply. Exhalation softening the back of the body. In-breath bringing positive, strengthening energy into the body. In yoga, we call that prana. Exhalation, teaching the mind, body, spirit to experience some feeling of letting go. We begin to wake the body up a little bit more, bringing some gentle movement into the hands and feet. When you're ready, making a little transition. You might like allowing both legs to bend, easing onto one side, and using both hands for a little support, gently guiding the body all the way back up to a comfortable way of sitting. And yet, try to maintain that same relaxed way of being that you may have experienced lying flat down on the floor. And we'll bring this yoga practice into completeness. First, practicing Nadi Shodhanam, alternate nostril breathing. Using your right hand, guiding the index finger to the palm of the hand, using the right thumb. First, inhaling deeply. With an exhalation, we bring the right thumb to the right nostril, exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left, closing with the middle finger and ring finger, opening on the right, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. And close, opening on the left, exhaling through the left.
Inhaling through the left and close. Opening on the right, exhaling through the right. Let's continue like this through a few breath cycles. Imagine or gently feel in breath beginning at one nostril, drawn upwards toward the crown of the head, crossing over. Exhaling on the other side. Allowing body, breath, and awareness to all work together. The next time you feel in breath coming through the right nostril toward the crown of the head, experience a gentle pause as we release the right hand down. With eyes closed, internalizing attention, almost feeling the gaze turned inwardly. Try to feel the breath normalizing. And experience some inner stillness, some inner quiet. And in that inner quietness, if you would like to introduce a mantra, maybe you have your own mantra, gently thinking your own mantra, or gently thinking classic mantra, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. We just sense the impulse of the sound. Softer. And softer thinking. Not interfering with what nature is trying to accomplish. Allowing thoughts to come and go. It's only when you become aware that you're not thinking the mantra that we very gently, very innocently come back to it. If you have time, it would be fabulous to continue meditating for another 10, 15, 20 minutes. But if you'd like to transition into activity, allow the mantra to go. Take a little while to gently transition. The opening eyes downcast and close again, so you transition very, very gently. Maybe drawing the chin toward the throat. And as you become ready, allow eyes to open slowly, allowing the head to come back to center. Namaste. thank you so much for practicing with me today. It is a joy to practice with you. I look forward to seeing you soon. I hope that this practice helps you to feel really, really good, really open and vibrant in your body. And I hope the practice helps you to feel hopeful and positive in your mind and spirit. And I hope the yoga practice helps to open your heart so you feel more loving. Have a fabulous, beautiful rest of the day. Bye for now.